Okay, in this session we're going to show how to connect Orion to DMON through GDB. So first thing we want to do is to start DMON and connect to the target. I've created a shortcut on my desktop here. I'm just selecting it now, and it's connecting to an E698PM development kit or development board over the Ethernet. Just to have a look at the settings. The startup switches in use were GUI to start the GUI, DDR in it to initialize the DDR memory, -ETH and the IP address of the development board, and -U to redirect the serial output on UART1 to the console within DMON. Everything else is as normal, tells us we've connected, shows the different IP functional devices and the license information that we have. Okay, so at the console we need to use the command GDB to switch DMON to be listening for connections from GDB. Just type GDB, return. Okay, we can see it's telling us it's listening now on port 1234. Okay, so next thing we want to do is we want to start Orion, and I've created a shortcut here, and we've started Orion. Select your workspace. Okay, so let's use the test program here as the program that we're going to set up the connection to GDB. So what I'm going to do here is first make sure that this program is compiled, linked and working. So I'm going to clean the and rebuild it. Okay, so we can see that down here in the window of Orion, the console window, that it's built test.exe successfully, and test effectively just prints hello world. Okay, so what we need to do next is we need to click on the debug icon on top and select debug ... Okay, now we need to create a new local application here for our test. So it's a local application. We click new. We call it test. So the project is going to be test. We're going to search the project and we're going to tell it the executable that it needs to use for the download to GDB. We've selected that. Then we need to set up the debugger, and the debugger we want to use, if we get it from the drop-down list, is the Spark Elf GDB debugger. So we select that. We can see that some parameters here, all of which are correct. The host IP address for the GDB listener is localhost, and we need to enter the port number 1234. So if we apply that and then we select debug, okay, we should see that, okay, we get a warning message or informational message to open the debug perspective, which we've accepted. It's now downloaded the test.exe to the target. It's ready to execute starting at the first line within main. So the first line is printf hello world. If we try and just step, okay, we can see that on the console it's printed hello world. So the application is running. So in a larger application you might want to set breakpoints, do whatever you want to do to debug your program. So that's how to establish a link between Orion and DMON using GDB. So I'm going to shut down Orion, firm exit, and then if we go back to DMON, To exit from listening mode on DMON is GDB detach. So when we type GDB detach, it will now switch back to ordinary command mode. When you're in GDB mode, not all commands are supported because GDB has control of the target.